Dan Rand, Healthier Us, talking about too much salt or not enough. Whenever I was growing up here, it was always like, don't have too much salt, don't have too much salt, it's bad for you, it's going to cause a problem for you, don't have too much salt. And for the most part, I think that's true when you're just eating a normal American diet, let's say. Because there's tons of salt and sodium in everything. But when you are watching what you're eating, you might actually have to add in some salt. So you're supposed to have somewhere between 2,000 and 5,000 milligrams of salt a day. On a regular American diet, you're probably having way over 5,000 because it's in everything. Sodium's in everything, especially the unhealthy stuff. MSG, monosodium glutamate, is in everything. So you might be over. But when you start to watch what you're eating, all of a sudden you're not having a lot of salt. And your body needs the salt because it's an electrolyte that helps your body perform functions. It's really something that you need to have. And if you don't have salt, you can die from not having enough salt. Now, most people on the American diet have, tons of salt. So you don't have to worry about it. But when you're watching what you're eating, and all of a sudden, so I'm watching what I'm eating, and I started to figure out that, well, you know what, I need to add a little salt in because the only salt I was having was on a bag of chips, which was maybe 400 milligrams of sodium, but I need to have 2,000. And when I'm exercising, I probably need to have even more because when you're exercising, you're sweating, and then, salt's coming out, right? So you need to add that in there. It's a balancing act. It's a little bit frustrating because it's like if you're not watching what you're eating, you're having too much salt. But if you are watching what you're eating, you're not having enough salt. So you got to balance it with everything. And when you start to not feel like something, you start to feel something's wrong, you start to get a headache, maybe you're a little bit foggy, maybe your stomach's hurting a little bit, and you've been watching what you're eating, you might actually have low sodium. You might have to add in a little bit. So the other day I wasn't feeling well, and I'm like trying to figure out what's going on, what's happening, and I didn't want to break my fast because it was after my eating window, but I said, you know what? I need to have some crackers. I just don't feel well, and some salty crackers might help me. I had some salty crackers. In 10 minutes, it was like I was cured, miracle cure, because my salt was low. I needed some. That's another thing. If you're not feeling well and you think something's wrong, then you might have to break your fast for that day. Now, obviously, if that happens every day, then something's wrong, and maybe you need to do something different. And I'm not talking about you're just pushing it a little bit. I mean, you can physically tell something's wrong. I've had to lay on the couch. I was not feeling well. I need to lay on the couch. This is a serious thing. It's not like, oh, my stomach hurt a little bit. It's like, okay, I need to lay down. So I knew something was wrong. So monitor your body, but you know how you feel. And there's nothing wrong with doing research. Go on the internet and look up tons of stuff. Dr. Eric Berg has tons of things on there, and he says, like, if you're not feeling like this, you might need salt. If you're feeling like this, you might need potassium. Salt and potassium, those are two things you need a lot of in certain moderation depending on your diet. So I'm here to tell you that you might not be having too much salt. You might actually need some salt. Good luck.